Thomas. I'm born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. Been cooking for about 13 years now. I am originally a self-taught chef. I never went to culinary school. Grew up working through a number of chefs. Eventually worked my way to LA. I'm currently working for Gordon Ramsay and Holdings. Right now we are currently working on a dinner for the gastronauts, which we're going to be prepping for the main course, Nutria, which is a swamp-based rodent. It's eaten in a very common place, but not by everybody in the country. Basically what it is almost a cross between a beaver and what you would normally call a rat. It's very big, it has extremely large orange teeth, and very nice fur, which is actually used to make coats, which is where the money comes from with the animal. We're going to be preparing it today. We're doing braised nutria. Usually it takes a couple days in advance to get it kind of going to where it needs to be. The meat is really tough and muscular, and is also extremely gamey depending on where they come from. These particular nutria come from the Monroe Basin on the west bank of the Mississippi River, New Orleans, Louisiana, in Jefferson Parish. These came, we got these from a fur trader in Louisiana. So they came pre-gutted, heads off, bodies cut in half. And if you can't already smell it, you're probably lucky because it's fairly intense. And what we're looking at is that's what you have. And so this would be the hindquarters of the spine, hindquarters, tail, and then the front legs are actually very small, and the rear legs are actually very big. So that's why you mostly use the rear. He sent us all of it, so we cooked it all. There's a lot of fur and hair and good stuff like that that you have to take a little extra precaution to do. So basically, you're gonna do with this is just go with an intense. It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of silver skin, a lot of tendons. So the easiest way to get it off the bone, unless you want to spend all day cleaning it, is to straight into boiling water. And then once it starts to soften up, you can remove it from the meat, and then what you do is you marinate it after that, and then you recook it the next day. So this is straight from the bayou, straight from a guy named Tab who gave us these. But as you can see, lots of muscles, and then a lot of fat and a lot of good meat tissue on this side. And basically that's what you're looking at. You don't really clean it, you don't try to take off any of the silver skin. You basically boil them all whole and then take all that stuff off at the end. And that's what we're looking at. Once you've boiled it for a couple hours, the meat will really start to pull away from the bones. You don't want to go all the way like you would with a normal pulled pork. You really just want to go until the meat starts to separate. That way you can cool the animals down, get the meat off the bones before it's totally disintegrated. However, once you've done that, you're not done. Once you got the meat off the bones, partially cooked, then you want to marinate it. Usually in a buttermilk with a lot of spice and seasonings. Cajuns really like to use a lot of pepper, spicy food, cayenne pepper, black pepper, garlic, onions, and everything. So once you've done that, marinate it overnight, and then the next day you can pull it back out, and then you drain it, rinse off the buttermilk, and whatever you've marinated it in, which could be anything. And then once you've got it nice and rinsed, then cook it. You can roast it, you can braise it, which is what we've chose to do today. So we braised it, and we did it with actually a little bit of pork butt as well, just to help out with the meat, because alone it can be a little strong, and a lot of people, although they don't mention it in recipes, do mix it with other meat. Some people mix it with ground beef, some people mix it with ground pork. We went with pork butt, and since we're going to braise it anyway. So once you braise it, we went really basic, roasted chicken stock, garlic, mirepoix, braised it until it really started to pull apart, and then you're pretty much there. Drain your liquid, cook off any excess that you might want to, but at that point you're ready to go into a stew, a soup, or just do large chunks, and you're looking at your braised nutria.
This is
It's amazing. Absolutely delicious. I can't believe I'm eating Nutria. And just to think I wouldn't have the opportunity to do this if it weren't for Seattle. It's just like, it's amazing.